Hey, you ever make a YouTube channel about your job, but the whole time you're actually pretty tired of the job, and so you quit the job, and that's great, and you're having a great time being unemployed, hanging out, but now you don't have any content to upload to your YouTube channel? Well, that's never happened to me either, because I've actually got a ton of content to upload. Here's some of the things that I'm going to upload soon. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button and the nice comments. It's really cool to see, and I'm really excited to be making some stuff. But I did quit trucking. Here we go, and now I'm gonna say why. I was an OTR driver for a little over 3 years. I started in March of 2018, and I was a full-time trucker all the way through until June 2021. That's 39 months. Write that down. Full-time in the OTR sector means roughly every other weekend at home, plus a week or two of vacation if you're lucky. I also had to take a couple months off due to an injury. Now, let's be generous and say that altogether, I was home for a total of 8 months. That leaves me with 31 months spent entirely in the truck. That's equal to 930 days or 22,320 hours. Now, obviously, I was asleep for about a third of those hours, and thanks to the DOT's hours of service regulations, I would usually get one government-mandated rest day per week. But the vast majority of all that downtime happened inside the truck, usually at a gas station in the middle of nowhere, hundreds of miles from everyone I love, marinating in exhaust fumes. That's not something I would do voluntarily, so in my opinion, that still counts as being at work. But of course, it was all worth it because I got paid the big bucks, right? Well, let's take a look at my actual earnings based on my actual W-2s. In 2018, I made about $30,000. In 2019, I made $50,680. In 2020, I made $78,982. And in 2021, I made $14,730 plus another $23,600 for a total of $38,330. That's a total of $197,992. Importantly, this is before taxes. Now we can figure out my average pay rate. Just take $197,992 divided by 22,320 hours, and what do you get? $8.87 per hour. If you've ever wondered why trucking companies love to pay drivers in cents per mile, there's your answer. In annual terms, the pay isn't bad, but in hourly terms, you're making less than 60% of what you'd be making for working your ass off in one of Jeff's famous hell cubes. Heck, even if it paid $20 an hour, that's still not that great in my opinion for a job that demands total sobriety, insane work hours, and in a sector that accounts for over 40% of workplace fatalities. All this isn't a new revelation or anything. Most OTR drivers are well aware that they're not getting paid enough for the time that they're putting in. But if you have severe social anxiety and a liberal arts degree, trucking can be okay compared to some of the alternatives. After all, it allows you to compress 10 years of minimum wage 40-hour work weeks into just 3. And if you have a place to sleep during your home time, you can save a fortune on housing expenses. But after 3 years of trucking, I'm here to tell you, OTR gets real old real fast. You can't hang out with your friends, you can't participate in activities, you have to put on an entire outfit every morning before you can go inside and use the bathroom. When you're a trucker, trucking is your whole life. And that's pretty much why I quit. If it paid more or if it took up a smaller percentage of my life, I could have stuck it out longer. And of course, I could go out and get a local home daily trucking job tomorrow if I really wanted one. But local jobs are stressful. There's more stops, more traffic, and a lot more risk. Plus, you have to commute from your house to the trucking terminal every day, and you have to find a house to live in. I'd love it if there was a way to do part-time OTR, where I could pick and choose which weeks I wanted to be out on the road without having to take on all of the costs and headaches and liabilities of actually owning my own truck. I'd be perfectly content to drive for 2 or 3 weeks at a time, as long as I could take a week or 2 off afterwards. But unfortunately, most long-haul trucking companies have a business model that relies on relentless exploitation, with zero consideration for liberal bullshit like giving employees enough time off to live meaningful lives. I never actually planned to stay OTR for as long as I did. When COVID first hit, I had been planning to use my big boy paychecks to qualify for a mortgage, and then switch to a more humane job where I'd have more time to pursue creative projects. I thought to myself, I'll just stick it out until all this economic fallout hits the housing market. It's about to be 2009 all over again. Ah, the folly of youth. Welcome to my new home. A Chevy van that's old enough to have its own driver's license. This isn't a goof, I'm actually gonna live in this thing. Sometimes. In the interest of full disclosure, I also live with my girlfriend's parents sometimes. You can make fun of me all you want in the comments. It's just that the housing market is completely broken, and I'd much rather spend my savings account on solar panels and batteries than on paying for overpriced real estate or buying a third yacht for a landlord. Will I go back to trucking someday? Yeah, probably. Do I have a bunch of truck-related content that I've already filmed and haven't had time to edit yet? Yes, so much. Jesus Christ. Am I gonna make videos about living in this thing? Eventually, probably, yeah, just give me a second, okay? I am so tired. Thank you so much for watching these videos and for smashing those buttons. I really do appreciate it. The next video I'm working on is like an advice type video about how to become a trucker, but honestly, I really don't recommend it. Become an electrician or a programmer or something where you get to have a life, you know? Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.